We're good? And guitar? Excellent, excellent. Let me put my talit on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start momentarily. I'd like to go over, before we actually start, the particular song called Not by Might. There's some choreography. So before we actually start, we're going to go over that. So that's the last song of the evening, Not by Might. But if you look up here, we'll go over it with you here. So Not by Might, there's a clapping sequence. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's once. And again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's the clapping. The chorus, one more time. You got it. I think you've done this before. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The second thing is the chorus. Chorus goes like this. You can watch me. You're going to take your right hand. Not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace? Not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace? Now, why do I do this for peace? The word shalom comes from the word shalem, meaning whole or complete. So that's why I do that. Okay, so that's two parts of the three. The third part's the verse. That's got some shtick. For the fun of it, I'll just do it. The children sing la da dee da. So I can do the words and you do the shtick. The children sing la da dee da. Melody is coming out of your mouth. The children sing la da dee da. The children dream and you go, ah. And their tears may fall, but we'll hear them call, and another song will rise. Another song will rise. Another song will rise. And then we got the chorus and then clapping. Not by my, and so forth. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You got it. That's your intro. That will be coming at the end of the service. Okay. Thank you for your attention. We'll be leaving momentarily from the gate. We'll give you our arrival time when it's in the air. Haneru halalu, haneru halalu, haneru halalu, hanachnu madlikim al hanisim ve'al haniflaot ve'al hateshuot ve'al hamilchamot she'asita lavotenu she'asita le'imotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh she'asita lavotenu she'asita le'imotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh hanerot halalu hanerot halalu hanerot halalu anachnu mahadlikim. Ma'osur Yeshuati l'chana el shabeach תיכון בתפילתי, ושם תודה נזבח, לעת תכין מטבח, מצרם נבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amid the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us. And your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us.
I'm just rearranging. Okay, now I can see people. Shabbat Shalom.
We got one more. We got me and Malel. Sorry. Mi Malel Gvurot Yisrael Otan mi Yimne Hen Bechodor Yakum Hagibor Goel Ha'am. Mi Malel Gvurot Yisrael Otan mi Yimne Hen Bechodor Yakum Hagibor Goel Ha'am. Shema Bayamim Hahem Bazman Hazeh Maccabi Moshiach Ufodeh Uvyamenu Kol Am Yisrael Yitached Yakum Lehigael. Who can we tell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Who can we tell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Hark! In days of yore in Israel's ancient land, brave Maccabeus led his faithful band. And now all Israel must as one arise, redeem itself through deed and sacrifice. Mi Yemalel Gvurot Yisrael Otan mi Yimne Hen Bechodor Yakum Hagibor Goel Ha'am.
Have to finish with the, what is that called anyway?
Chimes.
Have to finish with the chimes.
It's got a nice ring to it,
It's the
doesn't it?
perfect ending to all music and probably all speeches of some kind. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome as we count down to Hanukkah, which happens to merge very, very nicely with the holiday of our Christian neighbors all on the same day. So it kind of works out nicely this year. Let's see. So we give our thanks to our president, Matthew Meyer, our cantorial soloist, Andy Sussman, our pianist, Ruth Pavlo, and our tech and sound man in the back, Xavier Leff. Thank you to all of you. I know December is a time where everybody is either hibernating or has many holiday things, so thank you all for being here. And if you're watching at home, thank you for watching from home and joining us remotely. So candles, Shabbat candles. We call upon our members, Trudy Aronson and Elijah Aronson, to light our Shabbat candles, our symbol of light in times of dark. Now, in many places in the country, it is not only dark now, but very, very, very cold, and we especially appreciate light. And I love rubbing it into everyone I know that I'm walking around in a sleeveless dress. And I have no friends left because of that, but you know what? It was worth it. Candle lighting on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed you, God, source of all life, who brings us holiness through mitzvot and who has given us the mitzvah of lighting the Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Good job.
Shekoach. I'm going to have Elijah just kind of wait here on deck. Is that the right term? Well, because he's going to lead Chatzi Kaddish in a second. But it was just dawning on me, the tune, because we're coming up on the lighting of the Hanukkah candles and that melody. It reminded me that Sandy and Jim gave me a great recommendation. See, I just want to see if you're paying attention. That's how I get, if I say your name. I'll just may say people's names randomly during the service, see if you're paying attention. Yeah, so Sandy and Jim, she's like, what are you saying? Sandy and Jim recommended this wonderful movie that I watched the other night, which I watched as I was making all the little Torah covers for the little consecration Torahs. Oh, okay, yeah, sit down. No, I won't talk that long. And it was really good. I really liked it, but it drove me completely bonkers when this is supposedly this Jewishly observant family, and she lights the Shabbat candles and she sings the blessing to the Hanukkah melody. And it made me have to text them multiple times from my house to say, oh my God, they're using the Hanukkah melody for Shabbat candles. They wouldn't do that. They were observing. Nobody on this movie could tell them how to do the proper Shabbat. Anyway, so when we come up to the Hanukkah blessing, which we will in a couple of weeks, just note, it's not the same melody, even though in Hollywood movies they mess up. There was one moment in that movie that was actually very, very sad. It was a nice movie. What movie? I don't remember. What was it called? Then She Found Me. It's not a new movie. It was on Amazon Prime, I believe, but it was very good. And there's a sad moment. It's not a sad movie, but there was a sad moment in the movie, and I was getting very sad, and then she lit Shabbat candles again and used the Hanukkah melody. I was like, well, not sad anymore. Now I'm just ticked off. So anyway, I had to share that story because it's going to become very relevant in a couple of weeks. Elijah, come on up. Now you can stand up. Chatzi Kaddish is on page 144. Yes, you do.
Yekadal v'kadash shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yamadi vrachir tevim lech malchutei v'chayecha uvyomecha ufchaye bechov Israel. Bagala uvisman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevara le'alam ol ve'amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitnama v'yitnaseh v'yitchadar v'yitchalei v'yitchala shemei dekudesha berechu le'elam min chol brachata v'shirata Tushbechata v'ne'emata damin Rabbi Alma v'imru amen.
Yeshar Koach. Thank you, Elisha. And we continue with Baruch Hu, which is preceded by the Noah Aronson Kavanah, the meditation beforehand, and all of that is on your song sheet. If you're able, you may rise.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed, leolam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Shema is on page 152. Shema from our Torah reminds us that all people, all living things are interconnected. A wonderful message for Hanukkah, which is why we are doing our synagogue's mitzvah day this Sunday in preparation for Hanukkah, a holiday that celebrates, among other things, the sharing of light, the fighting for freedom for ourselves and for those around us. And part of that is the understanding that we are all interconnected, those within our community, those outside of our community, and that gives us a responsibility to offer compassion and help and assistance in doing what we can to raise up all people in our society. Shema on page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. And I call up Molly Meyer to lead us in V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha. V'hayu ha'dvarim ha'ele asher anohi mitacha hayom ha'levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'leftecha v'derech u'shofbecha u'v'kumecha u'shartecha la'od al yadecha v'hayu l'tutafot b'neinecha uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha leman tizkaru v'asitem kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lahem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim. Amen.
Yesher Koach, beautiful. We're in our Hanukkah spirit. Micha Mocha, on your song sheet, our song of joy as the Israelites escape from many years of enslavement off into an unknown future, moving toward their independence. And of course, we are all moving toward an unknown future, and we hope to move ahead with hope and joy as our ancestors did. Micha Mocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה. נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה. מלכותך, ראו בניך, בוקי הים, לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי, אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יא לה לה לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה 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 לה. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה. מלכותך, ראו בניך, בוקי הים, לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי, אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, la la.
That was great. I like Micha Mocha tunes that are upbeat and joyous, and a lot of them are not, which is odd, because then you say, we sang with joy. Micha Mocha. That's what I grew up with. It's like, that doesn't sound like joy to me. It just doesn't. So, what are we doing now? Now we are doing our traditional prayer of protection at night, which is Hashkivenu. Is it on our sheet or the book? I guess it
is on the sheet.
It's on the sheet. I didn't see it. It's hiding in the left-hand corner down here on the bottom. And this is a interpretation of our traditional prayer for protection in the evening, and it is by Noah Aronson. Hashkivenu.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu leshalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm.
The central portion of our worship service is the tefillah, starting on page 164, and if you're able, you may rise.
Lie, lie, la, la, lie. Lie, lie, la, la, lie, la, lie. Lie, lie, la, la, lie, la, lie. Lie, lie, la, la, lie. Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagi, Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagid, Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gula Livanei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Givurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanat l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shemcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yahaluchas selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue with a moment of silent reflection, either with the prayers of our hearts or the prayers in our prayer book, and we continue either standing or sitting.
עושה שלום במרומיו, עושה שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, עושה שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Aleinu. Ose shalom.
We send our prayers, our good thoughts to all of those in need of healing, physical healing, emotional healing, all of those who do not feel whole on this Shabbat and this week. We wish for them, or anyone who is here, comfort, peace, and healing. On this Shabbat, we especially send our prayers to Paul Aronson, David Appel, Avraham ben Roiza, Shlomo Betzalel ben Avraham, Kenneth Beer, Ethan Campbell, Sandra Chesler, Brian Clohessy, Randy Clohessy, Jay Crystal, Terry Darmody, Roiza Bat Shmuel Uvat Sheva, Shara Friedman, Rachel Galazan, Tracy Janetta, Julian Canner, Marion Kostrinsky, Mark Merberg, Harriet Radin, Arnold Reamer, Rosalie Saltiel, Louise Samuels, Jason Sherman, Bobby Sherman-Geishan, Robin Stein, Katie Weinstock, Lori Weinstock. Are there others we wish to send our prayers to? We send our prayers to them. We wish for them a better week ahead as we continue with our Misha Berach prayer. You can find it on your song sheet.
Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Shara, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, O Yavarech, Virape, et Hacholim. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים. אל נא רפא לה, אל נא רפא לה, אל נא רפא לה, אל נא רפא לה. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים.
So it's almost time for Hanukkah and time to review what the heck is Hanukkah. So your Christian friends can very easily respond when someone asks them, well, what, you celebrate Christmas, what's that? And depending on their level of religiosity, they'll say something along the lines of, well, it's when our Lord and Messiah was born. Okay, well, we don't have like a 7-word answer for what Hanukkah is, but what I always try to do every year is try to enable people to be able to answer that question and not have to go into like a 20-minute treatise. So I'm going to see also if Molly and Bradley were paying attention in religion. Yeah. Oh, they're excited. Okay, they were paying attention in religious school, so I'll be checking in on them. And Elijah, you were there too, because you were in our play. You were too, because you were Judah Maccabee on Sunday. Okay, so I know you were there in our play. So, what is Hanukkah? Hanukkah. I know some of this I did not review in religious school. So can you go into our Jewish Bible, into our Tanakh, and find the story of Hanukkah in there? Yes or no? If you think yes, raise your hand. If you think no, raise your hand. A lot of people are not committed. The no's win, and that is correct. If you would like to see the story of the Maccabees, you have to go to a Catholic Bible. I think it's a Catholic Bible because it's in the Apocrypha, which is not part of our canon, our biblical canon. So I always have to have at least one Catholic Bible just so I can have the books of the Maccabees. So that's just always a little interesting piece. There is so much to say on Hanukkah, it would take a lot of time. I actually, confirmation this Sunday evening, our 10th and 11th graders, I'm doing the whole session on Hanukkah, and we're just going to barely scratch the surface, and it's not child appropriate, so that's why we do it in confirmation. Okay, so what are the main takeaways of Hanukkah? Usually people remember something about oil. There's something about oil, it lasted 8 days, it was only supposed to last 1 day. I mean, that's kind of, something about the temple. Maybe you remember Hanukkah means dedication. You might remember, well, it's something about dedicating the temple. So I don't know, that's kind of general ideas. But that doesn't make a good story. That's not really a good answer to your friends. And especially if it's like, well, there was oil. It was supposed to last 1 day. It lasted 8 days. First of all, like, whoop-de-doo. That doesn't sound like very much. And 2, it sounds like a magic trick. Like you have this whole holiday around a magic trick. So this is my guidance to what to say if friends ask you, well, what is Hanukkah? So I always say there's 3 possible answers to that. You could just give them one of the answers, you could give them 2 of the answers, you could give them all 3 of the answers. That's totally up to you, what their attention span is like, how much you feel like talking about it. So Bradley, what do you remember any of the three things were that I taught? Any of the three things you could respond that Hanukkah's about? Do you remember any of them? Give me one of them. Light. He is correct. In fact, that's the first one I have. You even went in order. Light. It's the festival of light. So what does that mean? First of all, it's light during a very dark time of the year, so it represents the idea that we have hope, that Jews live with hope, that even when times are dark, we know that light will come. So that could be an answer in itself. I kind of there's so many answers, that's why it's like hard to narrow it down. I like to talk about the shamash. I think this is running out of batteries because I did just turn this on before. Oh, I know that's so much brighter. I can see that it's lit up from here, but you probably can't. So I like to talk about the shamash, because the shamash, now when I grew up, I think it's Yiddish. My parents always called it a shamus, but I've had to train myself over the years to stop saying shamus, because that's not Hebrew, so I've had to train myself to say shamash. It's taken a while. Whatever, it means the same thing. It means like the helper. So the helper candle is the one that shares light with all the other candles. And of course, a kind of cool thing about light is you can share your light, but you still have as much light as you had before. It's not a zero-sum game. So I can have light, I can bring light to you, and I still have plenty of light, and now we all have light. And that is a major theme of Hanukkah. I have a shirt that I'll probably wear for Mitzvah Day that says, be a shamash. So be the shamash. Our responsibility, our calling during Hanukkah is to be a light. To be a light that brings light. How perfect is that for Temple Beth Orr, right? Temple House of Light is what our name means. And our role as Jews is to share light. That it's not all about let's hoard as much light as we can for us and not let anyone else have it. It's about, whatever we have, let's work to share it and lift everyone up in society. So light, sharing light, being a light, that's a good answer for what's Hanukkah about. You could just say that, and you could end there, and that's plenty. But if you want more, there's more. Molly, can you think of the other? Already your brother took one of them. Do you remember either of the other two? Excellent. Miracles. Miracles. And what is that? I did a whole program once at a Jewish day school about what is that, and we could talk about that forever. I mean, who the heck knows what a miracle is? But Ness, which is on the dreidel, the nun, that's a bigger nun. The nun is for Ness, is for miracle, and this is a time of miracles. You may be somebody that believes in, because we have freedom as Jews to believe what we want. You don't have to believe anything. You might be somebody who believes that there is a God who kind of can do things outside of the natural scientific world. That's fine. You may be a Jew who does not believe that. It works either way. It doesn't matter. Because you could look at the story of the Maccabees, a small band of people who just did not like that they were being oppressed and persecuted and being told they were not free to be who they are, and they fought back, and you could look at that as a miracle. That this small group of people fought for what was right against a huge army, and they were dedicated, and they won. So we can look at the miracle of Hanukkah being, a small group of people can do great things. And there may be many of us that feel this is a lesson that we're going to really need to take with us into the year ahead, into the few years ahead. that we may have to fight to stand up for the things that we value. So that's a message. That actually ties into the third, and the third one, do you know, Bradley? I can't hear. What do you say? The third theme, which is very related, is freedom. Does that sound familiar? Freedom. That's another theme of Hanukkah. So again, you could just share it's about light. You could share it's about miracles. You could share it's about freedom. And this definitely is tied to the second one because Hanukkah is about a small minority who's being oppressed, fighting for the freedom to be who they are in the face of a society that doesn't believe the same things, that isn't the same culture. How relevant is that? How relevant is all of this? I mean, all of this stays relevant every year. It doesn't matter. Maybe this was 170 BCE. It doesn't matter. 2024, these things are completely relevant. They're just as relevant as in their day. What does that mean to stand up for ourselves and others, being able to be who we are with pride, enabling others to live who they are with pride? That's all part of Hanukkah. So I will do a little commercial, and that is I have a Spotify Hanukkah list. It's been put out all over. It's on our Facebook page. It's on, let me think. It's not on the website. Oh, it's going out in the email. So all of your group emails that you're getting, you can link to it there. And what I've put on my Spotify Hanukkah list, I kind of tweak it every year, is things with these themes, not only Hanukkah songs. I think I do not, I'm pretty sure, I have a little dreidel, which is like my least favorite song in the world almost, except probably Found a Peanut. That's probably the song I hate more than any song. And then number two, maybe, is I Have a Little Dreidel. What? Oh no, Molly, I shocked you. Which one was bad to say, that I don't like Found a Peanut or I don't like I Have a Little Dreidel? Have a Little Dreidel. Sorry, I don't like it. So it's a Spotify playlist that's more for teens and adults because it's not like little kid songs. It's songs on these themes because that's what Hanukkah's about. So freedom, miracles, light, standing up, speaking out, fighting for justice, all of those things are part of Hanukkah. And I will, one little other ad is out in the lobby, you have to not trip over the train with all food in it, which is great because that's going to our Rabbi Gross food closet and that goes to people who need it. But I have on that table a sheet of what is Hanukkah that kind of sums up these themes of what is Hanukkah. And if you would like, I have the Hanukkah blessings as well. Probably a lot of you have the Hanukkah blessings at home, but if you want a sheet, that's out there too. So that's the short answer to what is Hanukkah. I hope this helps you when someone asks you and you don't have to talk for 20 minutes about oil and not know what the heck is going on. On that note, so Matthew, are you your duty trustee? Our very finely dressed duty trustee this evening, Matthew Meyer, has some announcements.
Thank you. Thank you for the finely dressed. Compliments to my wife who picked out my tie. And since I don't get the occasion, or my daughter, excuse me, who picked out my tie, between the two of them. Yeah, it was my lace anniversary this month. That's the 13th. And so my wife and daughter found a tie that is actually wrapped in lace. And I don't get a chance to wear ties in the real world, so here I am in a tie. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi, for the story of Hanukkah tonight and what we can tell people about it. Thank you, Ruth and Andy, and to Xavier, and to everybody at home, everybody here tonight for coming out. As far as the announcements coming up, this weekend we have tour discussion on Zoom tomorrow. And then Sunday, the 15th, we have our mitzvah day. That's 10
10 to 12.
to 12, thank you. Next Friday is Shabbat wine and cheese pre-nig. Show up for that. That's always fun. And then on the 27th.
That's at 6 o'clock.
That's, yeah, it's at 6 o'clock. And then on the 27th, we're doing our Showcase of Lights Shabbat service, New Year's Eve Latka Vodka celebration dinner with an adult choir, and I believe you can RSVP to Belle, who is, she'll take your money. She'll take your money and your RSVP.
And she'll give you back an amazing Hanukkah feast.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Anything else you want said about the New Year's Rockin' Eve?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Just
Hold on. Let me get
wait.
you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is. Okay, talking to the mic so if anybody watches
Everyone
this.
hear me?
Yeah.
I'll start over. So Friday, the 27th, is going to be a Laka Vaca. It's going to be after services. It's $30 a person, but it's a full dinner. Obviously, the theme is going to be Hanukkah, and because Hanukkah this year, the first night, as mentioned, is a certain holiday, and the last night of Hanukkah is New Year's Eve. So we're going to do a little Laka Vaca, and the end of the evening, we'll have a little New Year's Eve celebration, countdown. Should be a lot of fun. And if you're interested, it is in what's happening. You can let me know, RSVP, so we have a good idea of how many people are coming, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And that's it.
Thank you.
All right.
And Molly, tell us how many times we're going to be celebrating Hanukkah in 2025.
Twice.
Ooh, can you explain why we have 2 Hanukkahs in 2025?
So the last night of Hanukkah is on New Year's Eve. So we'll have 2 Hanukkahs because they'll have one in the very beginning of the year and one at the end of the year.
There you go. You can share that too with your friends when you try to, they say, what's Hanukkah? You can work in a fun fact. 2 Hanukkahs in 2025. Okay, to open our ark, we call upon our past members and maybe our future members. Alan and Toby Press, come on up to open our ark for Aleinu. Aleinu is on page 586, and if you're able, you may rise.
Two hands here and over there. The curtain rod is right behind the curve there, right behind here. עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, וגורלנו ככל המונם, אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Koach, and you may be seated.
You'll make a real big splash.
While I'm here, okay, that doesn't happen.
We got another
Yeah,
navigation.
and we got them. Sure, thank you. Thanks for being here. We remember those we have loved and lost, those who brought so much of themselves to this world. We happen to have two members who we've lost this past week on Monday. We remember them both along with all others we remember. Sidel Levine and Dr. Carla Teich. Carla being a longtime beloved member of our choir, playing music, singing music, all around wonderful person. Her funeral is 9 a.m. Monday morning. That information went out by email to everyone. During their time of Shloshim, we remember a former member, David Solikowitz, friend of Leslie and Bruce Zaffron, and Robert Bernstein, husband, life member, husband of life member Barry Bernstein. And we remember all those whose yahrzeits fall this week. Meyer Berkman, Renee Bisson, Ariadna Blaustein, Molly Epstein, Lillian Feigenson, Irving Fink, Beatrice Fry, Leon Friedman, Marilyn Friedman, Celia Gerber, Morris Grossman, Sam Kreitzer, Solomon Levin, Seymour Nadelman, Rose Rakelin, Bertram Raff, Florence Rubin, Lois Rubin, Louis Selman, Alexander Shore, Myron Siegel, Marcel Walicki. Are there others we wish to remember on this Shabbat? We honor all of their memories as we join together in Mourner's Kaddish, a prayer that is not about death, but about life and blessing as we remember all the blessings these people brought to us and to our world. And you may rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bialma divrach hirutei v'yamlech malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. B'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach la'alam olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha berichu. La'ela min kol berachata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen. V'yimru, v'yimru, v'yimru. Amen. V'yimru, v'yimru, v'yimru. Amen. be seated. We move from our sacred prayer of memory to embracing the joy of the Shabbat day through, of course, wine and bread, or juice and bread, as. Oh, it's wine? Okay. Well, Molly and Bradley, okay, enjoy. Molly and Bradley. Elijah, you want to join also? It's not good wine.
Nope.
It's cheap wine, but it's wine.
We prefer to say less expensive.
We prefer to say less expensive. Okay. It is frugally motivated wine.
This is my first Kiddush. Remember, I didn't have it on my bar mitzvah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a special one. It was like sweet.
Well, it's some other similarly not great wine. All right, Kiddush is on page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho v'ahavu ratzon v'yinchelanu Zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah le'mikra'e kodesh zeher l'siyat mi'Yisrael ki banu v'charta v'yotanu kidashtav mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kodesha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim. Are you not drinking it?
Delicioso.
Delicioso, go back on tray. Ooh, I smell it from here.
It's
Waiting for direction. Okay.
not quite as aromatic as gasoline, but it's close.
A good vintage last Tuesday. Okay. Continue.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
And if any of you want to take the challah home, if there's any left of it, there's a bag under there. And we conclude with the singing of da 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 da, and that is not by might, not by power, but by your spirit, talking about, that's a verse from the Bible that is brought up on Hanukkah, and one reason is probably because the story of the Maccabees might seem like it's glorifying war, but the ideal is not to have war be a motivator in how we reach our freedom, if possible, not by might, not by power, but by godliness. And may it be that we can get all of the goals we need without violence, without war. Not by might, not by might. And it's on your song sheet. Oh, thank you.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone. Ruach shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone. Ruach shall we all live in peace. 1, 2, 3. The children sing, la-da-dee-da, the children dream, and their tears may fall, but we'll hear them call, and another song will rise, another song will rise. another song will rise. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. The children sing, la-da-dee-da, children dream, and their tears may fall, but we'll hear them call, and another song will rise, another song will rise, another song will rise. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power. Shalom.
We did it in my day. Shabbat Shalom.